What is up, my friends, and happy Florian Friday to each and every one of you. I'm going to take you through where we are at with the amount of money involved in this deal for Florian Wirtz. We mentioned earlier on, and we stand over the fact that we believe the deal is agreed. What we didn't know was the exact amount. We did mention at the start of the video earlier on, at the start of tonight's live stream, I should say, that we know the figure was less than the €150 million that Sasha Tavolieri was mentioning. We had actually heard €142 million, but it looks like it's even a little bit lower than that. So over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to fill you in on exactly where we're at and why you can start celebrating. As well as that, we want to let you guys know about our new WhatsApp channel that we launched recently. The link for it is in the description of this video. We will give you all the updates before we go live on YouTube on there around transfers, leaks of the kits, and anything else that we think needs to be brought to your attention. Thank you to everyone that's already joined. And if I could ask you one more little favour, do go across and check out the Anfield Agenda Clips channel, where we are closing in on 50,000 subscribers. Your help to get us over the line there will be greatly appreciated. Right, let's get stuck into the news. So, starting off, a little bit of a congratulatory post for 3 Liverpool players who've been called up to the England Under-21 Euro squad. Tyler Morton, Harvey Elliott and Jarell Kwanzaa have all been added to that, and best of luck to them. How many, if any, of those lads will be a Liverpool player by the end of the summer transfer window? Well, that remains to be seen. Now, Florian Plettenberg started to say, breaking, understand Liverpool and Bayer Leverkusen have significantly moved closer in a deal for Florian Wirtz after fresh talks and a revised offer. What we did know, though, and even I will hold my hand up and say I didn't know this, was that the revised offer, according to Ben Jacobs, went in earlier in the week. Now, we did hear from Fabrizio Romano and many others that it's close, wait, be patient, and I was trying to figure out why. So it looks like what's happened is that the number was never really the problem, but it was more about how those add-ons were going to be achieved and how quickly they would be achieved. Now, what we seem to have concurrent agreement on from everybody is the numbers involved in it being one that is €134 million or £113 million. Now, why are these numbers important? Well, small little things. Firstly, £113 million is slightly below the English record transfer fee. Some people think that's a good thing because it puts less pressure on the player. Some people think it's a nothing thing. Me, I would have liked Liverpool to have broken that record, but I also want the club to do the best business possible. David Ornstein has said that this bid comprised of €118 million or £100 million up front, with a further €15.4 million or £13 million in add-ons. Again, bringing the total package there to about €134 million. When we started our live stream tonight, before anybody else had posted about these numbers, we'd said to you, we believe the numbers that Sasha Tavolieri was speaking about, that Liverpool had agreed to pay the €150 million, that those were wrong and that it was a little bit lower than that. The number we heard was 142, but it looks like it's gone even lower than that at 134. So what's going to happen and when is it going to happen? Well, we know he's still with the German squad. They have the 3rd, 4th place playoff of the Nations League that has taken place at the weekend. After that, providing, of course, fingers crossed, he doesn't pick up a knock or anything, he will be in for his Liverpool medical and he will be unveiled as a Liverpool player very soon. Then, of course, I'm sure he'll jet off for a well-deserved holiday. Do we know what number he's going to wear at Liverpool? Absolutely not. But he did bury Florian Plettenberg when he tried to say that he'd asked for the number 10. Could wear maybe the number 23, could wear 27. Who knows? Let's wait and see what happens. Also, on the Luis Diaz situation, this one still remains rather strange. And I've got more stuff on Wirtz to come back to in a second. But for Luis Diaz, my gut feeling is he'll leave this summer. But Liverpool seem really calm and relaxed about this because they have him on a low wage. He's 2 years to go on his deal. And if they are to sell him, it'll be on their terms. And if Barcelona want to get him, well, they're going to have to pay the €85 million or £70-odd million that Liverpool value him at. And again, it's a bit contradictory to let it be known that he isn't for sale, but also that there's a value on him, that value set by the deal that Bruno Fernandes would have gotten to go over to Saudi. So Liverpool thought if you're paying $100 million for him, then we want £85 million or £70 million for Luis Diaz. Now, getting back to where we're at right now, Milos Kerkez. The latest on this one seems to be that, well, there's a delay on the amount. That's all I know on it. Again, like Fabrizio Romano and many others said, there's no problem with him agreeing to come to Liverpool, only want Liverpool. That deal will happen. It won't be hijacked by Madrid or anybody else, but small details still to be figured out there. He isn't, of course, away with the Hungarian national team, so fingers crossed we get a here we go on that one soon. But I don't know the ins and outs of that deal. I just know, again, that the player only wants Liverpool and that he will become a Liverpool player. On Florian Wirtz, weirdly, some people in tonight's stream were saying that they think Liverpool are paying too much money. And I'm very confused about that, because ultimately you bring in the best, you pay the best. Simple as that. Trying to compare him to Ryan Cherky as an example is absolute lunacy. Cherky's a good footballer, but this guy is a difference maker and a potential Ballon d'Or winner, in my humble opinion. So I guess it's a down to you situation now. I feel really comfortable sitting here telling you deal is agreed, and you'll see that over the next day or two. If you need to wait for a Paul Joyce or a Fabrizio Romano or a David Ornstein or a Florian Plettenberg or a Barry the Builder, have at it. Again, like we've said, we did say tonight that the fee was going to be lower than the 150 million euro Sacha Tavolieri said. Fabrizio Romano then said it was going to be upwards of 130 million euro, and it was 134 is the number that it seems like everybody has arrived at. Again, some people are saying the bid has been sent in. It wouldn't have got sent in if it wasn't going to be agreed. They've been hashing this out for a while. So I feel really comfortable saying happy Florian Friday to everybody. My plan is to take tomorrow night off live streaming, but we have plenty of transfer business to look towards, because we do have to talk about a striker. Nick Woldmade, the 6'6", I believe, the 2-meter Messi, as he's called, has been linked. I don't know anything about him. I know that he got capped for Germany the other night. I know that he's apparently got 2 very good feet. But where I struggle, and I'm honest about, is I don't know who Liverpool's target is through the centre. And I also don't know how to have a guess at it, because I don't know what an Arne Slot style striker is. So for me, I'm just sitting back patiently waiting. But I do think the Victor Osimhen deal with Al Hilal could be important. If that happens, it may delay the sale of Darwin Núñez. So all in all, very promising day. I can say deal agreed. You can doubt or you can wait. That is no problem. No offence taken from me. But I'm really happy about where we're at. Looking forward to Florian Wirtz becoming a Liverpool player, and looking forward to celebrating what is going to be a very productive season and summer with all of you. As I mentioned, I do plan on taking tomorrow off. Want to let you know as well about our last live show in Ireland that's coming up. August the 8th, we're going to be at Cypress Avenue, Cork, our second to last ever live stage show. And then our last one we're going to put out in Liverpool later on in the year. We haven't booked it in yet, but that's the last two. And after that, well, you'll just have to get used to seeing me on here, I hope. And yeah, I'm too nervy doing these live shows, so taking a little bit of a break from it for a few years definitely feels like the right thing to do. Look, I am waffling a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen, but honestly, I'm buzzing about this deal. I'm buzzing about the statement from the club, and I cannot wait to come and see Florian Wirtz in a Liverpool shirt. Reminder, our pre-season starts against Preston North End at Deepdale. Then the lads head off to Hong Kong and Japan for the pre-season friendlies against Milan and others. And then, of course, we get back to the small business of the Community Shield and retaining this Premier League, which has got to be the plan. So, all I've said is, I can guarantee you Frimpong, Kirkes and Wirtz. After that, your guess is as good as mine and the likes of a centre forward, whether we bring in a midfielder. My own personal opinion is we need a centre back, and if we sell one, we'll need 2 centre backs. Also, the news on that young goalkeeper. You may remember that we told you guys earlier on in the week that we'd been told Liverpool were preparing for 4 players to be coming in the near future. We never knew who that 4th one was. Could very well have been this young goalkeeper. So I hope we've gained your trust over this window. But either way, I'm always going to be honest with you. If I don't know something, I'll say it. If I know something, I'll put my neck on the line. But I really appreciate your support. Thank you for it. Look forward to seeing you guys again on Sunday evening, unless, of course, something dramatic happens tomorrow. But most importantly, happy Friday. Happy Florian Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for your support of our channel. And if you haven't signed up to our WhatsApp group, make sure you get on it soon, because we put the information in there before we stream. And we thank you for your support. Much love, my friends. Bye-bye.